Okay, so I'm super excited. So we have Murphy on tonight. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because I don't want to mess it up. I'll let her introduce herself. So I actually know nothing about Murphy besides like she just has been popping up in Jade's Diamond and Above page, and she enrolls a lot of customers and a lot of distributors. I was like, Jade had like asked a question about, who's enrolling like 30 customers a month, who's enrolling 10 distributors a month, and she was like commenting on all of it, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this girl on a Zoom. So I'm super super excited, and we're just gonna jump right in tonight. We're gonna go over like all things distributors. So she's gonna be going over like how she's enrolling distributors, how she's getting them started, and then teaching that duplication to her team, because I did see that she's popped 5 diamonds since the beginning of the year, and 4 of them were personally enrolled. So if you guys don't understand the compensation plan, that's a lot of money. So when you are a diamond and above, you get paid generation bonuses. So say I go double diamond and my husband is my diamond leg, right? And his GV is 10,000. I get paid 4% on that for him being a top line diamond. Then I get an extra 5% for him being personally enrolled. So that's an extra $900 a month in my paycheck just for him being a personally enrolled diamond. So if you have like numerous amounts of those, I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars just in generation bonuses. So it's so huge to help people get to diamond. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let her do all the talking. I'm going to mute myself. So if you want to just like jump in, kind of like tell us who you are, when you got started, just like your story. I know literally nothing. I got my pen and paper here. I'm ready to take notes. And I'm just going to mute myself and let you go.
Okay, hi everybody. I am Murphy. If you do not know me, I just promoted to Triple Diamond last month, so I am now a VIP leader, which is just absolutely insane because I joined this business for literally maybe an extra $100 to maybe $200 a month. So I joined in at the very end of July 2018. I was a broke college student. I had just turned 20 years old. I was going to college full-time at the University of Iowa. I wanted to be a school counselor, so I was studying psychology. I've always been really, really passionate about children, and I knew that I wanted to help kids, so I thought school counseling would be an amazing path for me. So that was my plan, but I had noticed very quickly in college that bills add up. I was newly engaged, so I was planning for a wedding. I also was leading a student org, and I was in charge of 50 plus people, and that took up a lot of time on top of my schooling. And so I just didn't have a lot of time to work. So I would really overwork myself in the summers. I would work 50 plus hours a week with no breaks. My job gave me no breaks, and it was with kids. And so I would even eat my lunch while watching my kids. And so it was stressful to say the least. And when I saw this opportunity on Instagram, I could make an income from my phone, I was all about it because I did not have the time and I was struggling so bad to just even pay for small things like gas and groceries. So I got started in July of 2018, and then within my first 3 months, I had promoted to Ruby. And when I had joined, there was a $1,000 bonus for going Ruby. So that was super motivating and exciting. So that was when I saw my first $500 paycheck, that like changed everything for me. I was like, okay, I can actually make money with this business. I started getting my nails done, which is something I had never done. I was able to actually splurge and get the groceries that I want, fill up my tank all the way full instead of putting $10 in at a time and that kind of stuff. And so that was when I kind of really took the business and was like, okay, I got the vision. I want to run with this. And then 3 months later, I double promoted from Ruby to Diamond. And so this was in February of 2019. So this was right after conference, but I didn't go to conference that year, but I did this year. And let me tell you, go to conference. It seriously changes everything. That's when I started believing in myself and was like, if they can do it, I can do it too. And that completely changed my business. But so then that was in February of 2019 when I promoted Diamond. And so I was still in college then. only 20 years old, making a full-time income while going to college. And that was surreal for me because I had never seen money like that ever. Even when I was working 50 plus hours during the summer, I was not seeing money like that. So that is when I was really like, I want to do this business full time. And I contemplated dropping out of college, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to stick with it, get my degree. So so I promoted diamond in February of 2019. And then over the summer, when I had my break from college, I went back to my job that I was working 50 plus hours a week because I was like, oh, I still want extra money on top of my diamond check. So I went back to working that full-time job and I put my business on the back burner. Like I just let it slip. I was like, well, I have this job, so that my business is just not a priority at the moment, and I wanted to focus on my wedding and other things. And so by the time December had came around of 2019, I was a diamond rank, but I was only getting paid as a ruby. My check was only like, I think $300 or something in December of 2019. And that is when I kind of had the realization moment that I need to kick my butt into gear and I need to do something about it. And I need to change that around because that was not cutting it for me, being in school, paying all my bills with 300 bucks. And so I saved up all my money and paid so I could go to conference in 2020. And so I went to conference in January, listen to Mark talk, listen to all the Diamond Plus leaders talk. And I was there as a diamond, but I was maintaining ruby. And I had told myself that this was going to be the year I was going to go presidential. And that next year I was going to be sitting on that conference floor and I didn't care what it was going to take. My enroller is actually Courtney Vogel. She's a double ambassador now. And so she had given me a VIP pass to go down and sit with her. And I looked at her and I said, I'm going to be right here next to you next year. And I promise you that. And so I got Emerald back in January when I was at conference. The next month I got Diamond back and I got a reload bonus. The month after that, I went double diamond. And 2 months later, I went triple diamond. So I went from ruby, paid as a ruby, to triple diamond in 5 months, which is just like surreal, you guys. And if I wouldn't have just made the decision and said, I believe in myself, and I didn't care that all my team had quit, I didn't care if nobody wanted to do this with me, I didn't care that I had to rebuild the whole thing, because technically you're not even rebuilding in this business, you're just always building. So I had a few people working on my team in December, and now I'm chartered for presidential, and we have a completely working team and so many girls making full-time incomes. And it's just because I decided and I said I was going to go out and find those people. And it's crazy because I didn't get chartered triple until the last day of April, and I promoted in May. And so my fiance, soon to be husband, we're finally getting married in 3 months. We had to push it back because of COVID. And so he is my diamond leg, and I got him promoted in 30 days. He went from distributor to diamond in 30 days, you guys. And that is something that you would have asked me 6 months ago if that was possible. And I said, I never would have been able to do that. But I literally signed 20 distributors, got him charted, and ran with those people. And I'm just so excited to teach you guys exactly what I did to make that all possible. So that's just a little bit about my story. And now we are heading to presidential by my 2 years, which is July 27th. So I'm just so freaking excited and thankful to be on here with you guys. So that's my story.
Okay, first of all, I love your energy.
Thank you.
Second of all, that is so amazing. So, sorry, someone just texted me and it just really made me have like a squirrel brain. I love that, like, you went diamond while you were going to school full time and working. So guys that are in school, you guys have jobs, you can still get to diamond while working. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like, definitely don't like count yourself out just because you're working full time and feeling like you don't have time for this business. It's all about what you're doing with your time, how you're utilizing those nooks and crannies of your day, and really just making that commitment to your business. And congratulations on like literally making such a comeback. That's so amazing.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, honestly,
awesome.
I look back and I'm like, how did that happen? Because yeah, it's insane. But A
So
lot of hard work and a lot of time and a lot of dedication, but it's so
I'm
worth it.
sure you have so much to tell us. So I'm gonna let you just jump right into like, so when was like the shifting point? So you went to conference and like you had some people working on your team, but you obviously like didn't have a triple chart. I mean, that's,
Exactly. Yeah, no, I was barely charted for double at that point, and it really was not even a working chart necessarily. I had girls that, since I was saying I'm going to be in and then I'm going to be out, I'm going to be in and I'm going to be out, that's what my team was doing too. And your team's going to follow your lead. They're going to do exactly what you're doing. So if you're not enrolling customers, if you're not growing new teammates, if you're not posting, if you're not messaging and doing your host posts, your team's not going to do that either. And I had to sit back. I had to go to myself first. And I had to look at what I was doing and really ask myself if I was doing the things that I needed to be doing in order to be a diamond leader, to be a double diamond leader, to be a triple diamond leader, because that's why I was getting paid as a Ruby, because I wasn't doing the things a diamond leader needed to do. So the second that I got back from conference and was like, okay, well, if I have these big goals and I want to do this, then I have to go make it happen. I can't just say, God, please give me double diamond, please give me triple, like just give it to me, because you have to prepare for that. God's not going to give you what you're not preparing for. So I came back and I reached out to every single person on my team, and I dug deep, like people who had quit the business. I had sent them a revival message and was like, I'm looking for somebody to go Ruby, help make an extra $500 a month. Like, I'm going to coach you, be here with you one-on-one every single day. You want to do this with me. And so I reached out to everybody on my chart and just revived people and got people working. And that, at that point, I made a big team chat for everybody that wanted to do this. And then, so once I made my team chat, it kind of got going from there. So that's when, and I also made a separate chat. So I was going to talk about this too, is I also made a separate chat for girls on my team who are leaders. And a leader can just be literally, you have one distributor on your team and you enrolled them and you're coaching them and you're leading them. I made a separate chat for them so I could help delegate them tasks to do. But in this team chat, literally, I would give them tasks to do. I'd be like, let's make a post, let's message, let's do host to post. I would give them follow-ups to use. I would give them different post ideas, different host to post. I would make sure they knew exactly what was working for me and that they were doing that. I did one-on-one Zooms with every single person on my team. Anybody who would get on a Zoom with me, I got them on a Zoom. And I did them at the beginning of this month, and I did like 40 of them, you guys. And it took up a lot of time, but I didn't care because it is so worth it, because your team is more, my team is more important at the end of the day, and your team is more important. And the only way you're ever going to promote is if you're going to your team first and you're helping them accomplish their goals, because they have to accomplish their goals in order for you to get where you're going. So I made sure every person on my team, they knew if they were either going Ruby, Emerald, or Diamond. They were doing one of the three things that month, and they knew what they're doing. They had their chart and they were on a call for me. So that's kind of how I got the revival process started, I guess.
So I know like we were talking about you, like you're a mass enroller. Just like what it is, you're a mass enroller. Were you always that way in your business, or is that something that started this year?
Absolutely not. I just started mass enrolling pretty much the month that I had went double. So the month that I had went double, I enrolled 15 distributors, 35 customers.
50? 50?
15
15.
distributors,
Like,
35 customers, not 50. Oh gosh, I wish. The next month was April, and that was when I charted triple. So I enrolled, I think, 25 distributors, same 35 loyal customers. And then last month when I promoted triple, I enrolled 10 distributors and I enrolled my highest ever 65 customers.
All right, so let's talk about how you're doing that.
So it really just started recently, honestly. Okay, so how I get almost all of my distributors. First of all, my number one tip is have an influencer application. If you do not have one, you absolutely need to have one. I can go ahead and type my Instagram name in the chat. So if you guys want to follow me, if you want to look at my application, I'm sure Asia probably has one too. Go ahead and look at it. And so that was the first thing that I did, and I started referencing it and everything. So what the influencer application is it's just a Google Forms doc. You just write a little bit about your story, what this business has done for you or what it will do for you, basically that we post on social media and sell our health and wellness products. And then there's a whole bunch of questions like, are you 18? Do you spend time on your phone? Like, blah, 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 like those kind of questions that you would ask a potential distributor. And then at the end, it asks how they want to be contacted. So I have either text, email, or phone number, I think. And so I reference that in literally everything. So I reference it on my slides, on my story every single day. I reference it in every single one of my posts. I reference it in my all of my host posts that I do. And I do little posts on Facebook that are like, looking for influencers, age 18 plus, blah, blah, blah. And then I comment my application. And so I'm just constantly trying to get new applications in every single day. So I just hit it hard. Post about it multiple times a day, on your story, on your feed, everything. What has gotten me most of
I
my
have a question
distributors?
real quick about your story.
Yes.
Do you have over 10,000 followers on Instagram?
I have 7,000, so no.
Are you able to do the swipe up feature to link to your app?
No, I can't because I have it in my bio. So this, I guess I forgot to mention this. I have it in my Instagram bio, and then on my Facebook, I just comment it.
Okay.
Because I have 7,000 followers, so I don't have
like some
to do
people, you can like swipe up and it goes right to their influencer app. They'll be like,
yes, if you have 10,000 followers,
swipe
you
up
can
and fill
swipe
up the
up.
app.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a swipe up yet. I have
Yeah,
like,
I don't yet either. I don't either. So you're totally
we're working
okay.
on it.
And so how I get most of mine is from distributor host to post. And so I do a lot of distributor host to post on Instagram. And I can show you guys what my story slide looks like just so that you can get a good look. But what I will do is on Instagram, I will just message people. I will go down my followers. You can really do this in any way that you want. You can type in A, start with the A's, then message the B's, C's, D's. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes I just literally scroll, and then start messaging. And I'll just be like, hey girl, can I ask you a quick question? Not trying to sell you anything, LOL. And they're like, yeah, sure, what's up? And I'll just ask them, could you throw this quick slide up on your story for me and I'll get you entered into my team giveaway. I'd appreciate it so much. No pressure, but thank you. And then, so I'm sure you have some kind of team giveaway that you do right now. My team's doing like an Amazon or Target gift card. If you're on Jade Hooper's Wake Pray Slay, they have that giveaway or whatever. So I highly suggest like just pay the money, get into those giveaways because it's so worth it. You're going to pay yourself back like times 50, whatever you contribute to that. So it's so worth it. And I make sure I get up at least 10 of these on Instagram every single day. And so I focus a lot on distributor host posts on Instagram, and then I do a lot of product ones on Facebook, but I also do some distributor ones on Facebook too. So this is just I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of like what my like now hiring slide looks like. And it just says, my friend Murphy is looking for ladies 18 plus who want to make an extra income from social media. Weekly bonuses, no pay cap, make your own hours needed, no experience needed. All compliant stuff, so no dollar amounts or anything like that. And then at the bottom in big things, it says fill out the application in her bio. So that's how they get more info, and that's how I'm constantly getting new applications. And so I probably get like close to 10 new applications a day from doing this host to post, also for posting on my stories and from my live posts and such. I also do at least 2 distributor host to posts on Facebook a day. So I also do 10 host to posts on Facebook. Can I keep going or do you have a question?
I have a question just real quick about Instagram. Is your page public or private?
It is private, and I plan on keeping it private until I hit 10,000 because I get a lot more follow backs that way. So I do keep it private.
Okay.
And then I feel like people fill out the application and they like kind of don't really know what I do. So then they're more likely to fill it out because
they fill out the application without friending you?
Yep. They can fill out the application without even following me because it's in my bio.
Gotcha.
And so that's really important to have a nice, clean profile picture, a nice, clean bio when you're doing this stuff, because that's the only stuff they're going to see if your page is on private, unless you have a public page. So when they click on my page, they're going to see like a nice, clean profile picture of me. And then I have make your highlight covers all cute. It's so worth it because that's what they're going to see too. So just go on Pinterest. I like to type in like aesthetic backgrounds and you'll get a whole bunch of cute stuff that will come up, and save those for your highlights. And then in your bio, make it about you and make it something that people are going to want to follow you because of that, because they relate to you. So My bio says Iowa gal, wifey to be, petite fashion, everyday looks, and wellness. All I need is a little coffee and a whole lot of Jesus, because those are the things I share on my feed. Is me and my fiance. I like to share my fashion and the clothes that I wear. I share wellness, which is our products, also me going to the gym. And then I share my coffee literally every single day. And I share my big faith. Like, I'm really bold about that. So they're going to know that when they follow me, they're going to get all those things. And so people are going to relate to you too, and they're going to want to fill out your application when they see those things. And like, oh yeah, me too. Like, I relate to that. Okay, I relate to this girl. I want to fill this out. So definitely take some time and thought writing into your bio too. Like, I really took some time and was like, okay, what do I want people to know about me, and what are they going to find in my profile? And I make sure I put that in there. So did that? I don't know if that kind of that was like a long answer to your question, but I guess back to a little bit of what I do on Facebook. So I also do 10 host posts a day on Facebook, but I do 6 product, 2 distributor, and 2 giveaway. I love like Thermofite X product host posts on Facebook. That's kind of like a side note, but that's how I sign a lot of customers. And then I also get up 2 distributor ones on Facebook every single day. So I'm also dabbling a little bit into the distributor on Facebook. And that one I can send you my message to later and you can use it. But it just says, like, my friend Murphy is looking for 3 people who want to work from home and can contribute 60 minutes a day on their phone, like working from social media. And then at the end, it says fill out the application in the comments. So then again, I comment my application and they're filling it out. I don't know what it is about the application, but it's just so much less pressure because they're not like personally messaging you. And so when I first started doing the application, I had a lot of my followers that had been following me for a long time just fill that out because they're too scared to reach out to you. Like, they're afraid to say something, but when they see that application, it's a lot more lenient, it's laid back, it's chill, and they know that you're going to reach out to them. And so it's a lot easier to get a lot of applications from that way. And then my last thing that I get a lot of my distributors from is my life post, which a lot of us do, but it's really, really important. Talk about what this business has done for you or what it will do for you if it hasn't done anything for you yet. Like, for me, for example, I'm talking a lot in my life posts, like almost in every single one, that this business is helping me pay cash for my wedding. And so we're not going to be in any debt from our wedding. And it was crazy because I think it was like last month or 2 months ago, half of the distributors that I enrolled were engaged and paying for their wedding. And it's because they had saw me post about that and they could relate to that and they wanted to do the same thing. And when I had asked them why they joined this business and why they wanted to do it, it's because they wanted to pay for their wedding in cash and they didn't want to be in debt because of their wedding. Now, when I was a broke college student, I signed a lot of distributors who were broke college students because they related to my story that I needed to pay for gas, groceries, and utilities. And they related to that. And I still talk about that this business pays for that stuff to this day. I also talk about how it just allowed us to buy our new house that we're actually moving in 3 days. So it's just crazy madness over here. Getting married, buying a house. But I talk about that, and I've recently gotten new distributors because they also want money to go to their house. So the things that you talk about that it is going to help you do, people are going to relate to that. They're going to watch your story. They're going to watch your post, and that's going to reel them in. And I always reference the influencer application in every single one of my posts. I no longer do the DM me or the comment or the whatever. It literally says fill out the influencer application in my bio. It's, again, way less pressure for them to fill that out than to comment on your posts. Especially on Instagram, people don't really like to comment on posts on Instagram. They just don't. It's not like Facebook. Whereas Facebook, if you can do like the drop emoji or you can ask a question and people will comment, but Instagram is just a lot more, I don't know, like fancy, artsy, picturey, that people just aren't as like communicative on there. And so I always reference the influencer application in all of my life posts. And so that's how I've signed most of them. I have dabbled a little bit into TikTok, but TikTok is personally too distracting for me. I'll get on there for too long. I'll scroll for too long. I've signed like maybe 2 distributors from there, but I'm telling you, most of mine come from distributor host to post and from me constantly posting about the influencer application. So definitely, I know we stress Facebook host to post so much, but get your Instagram 10 DT ones a day and your team's going to explode and you're going to see those coming in. And I also wanted to touch on that since it is $99 to join right now, you probably are going to get people that say, well, I don't have the 99, so sorry, can't join you. Nope, because they can pre-sell their samples. So one of the months that I signed 20 distributors, it was $99 to join that whole entire month. Every single one of them joined for $99, you guys. And so every single time they say, nope, I don't have the $99, I say, oh, okay, I totally understand, and neither did I. Your kit actually comes with 7 sample packs that I can teach you how to sell for $20 right now before you even get started. You can use that money to join and keep the leftover as cash. How does that sound? And they're all like, heck yeah, that sounds amazing. I want to do that. And so I give them a post to do on their Facebook wall. I have them do a really simple one at first that says, who on my Facebook friends list likes coffee? And then they blow up. They get a whole bunch of comments, okay? Because a lot of people like coffee, especially if they have a lot of Facebook friends. That's a good one. I give them 4 story slides to put up about the Skinny Brew samples. So it's just like they all go together, but it's 4 story slides. And then I give them a message to send out to their friends. I can also give this message to Asia so she can share it to you guys too if you want it. But it's just like, hey, I am looking into starting my new health and wellness business, and I am selling Skinny Brew coffee packs for $20 each. It's going to burn fat, keep you full, curb cravings, and help your mental clarity or something like that. Would you be interested in helping me out and getting one of those? And so I have them send that out to their friends and family first, but then I also have them message all the people that comment on their posts, and they get people swiping up to their stories. I literally just treat them like I would a distributor on my team. I give them posts to do, I give them messages to do, and I just keep on giving them more posts and more slides and more messages until they sell their samples. So it's just like with the distributor, you're not gonna leave them be when they don't get a customer the first day. Like, you're gonna check in, you give them another post, you give them some more slides, and you just keep going until they sell them. And they don't need to sell all of them to get the 99. A lot of mine will literally sell 2 or 3 and they'll be like, oh, I have enough money now. Because that gives them like $50 or whatever, and then they have enough to pay the kit. So just make sure that you stay on them, help them do that. They can either do Facebook Pay or Venmo or whatever is most convenient for them. And just make sure that they know that they will send out those sample packs when they join. So just keep reminding them, like, when you join, you can send them out. So let's get your starter kit and let's get these sold so you can actually sell the products and make the rest of the money. So that has helped me a lot too, because especially if you're doing distributor host to post, those people are interested. They want to join your team because they're coming to you and they're seeing what you're doing. And if you can help get them there and help get them say yes and take the $99 out of the picture, then you're going to have so many people joining your team. And that's helped me so much. So.
That's so good. I'm on like page 4 of notes right now. Writing. I'm listening. I'm writing. I love that. So you're incorporating kind of what corporate's teaching right now with the 10 host to post, the
Yes.
distributor to, or 6 customer to distributor.
Yep, that's what I do on Facebook, and then I do a whole nother 10 on Insta. So it's just
do you even message for customers or distributors, or is it like straight host to post?
So I only message for host to post on Facebook. That's all that I do. It's just, hey girl, can I ask you a quick question? No, I'm not selling you anything. Ask them to throw up a post on their wall, get them in my giveaway. That's the only thing I do on Facebook. Now, I do that on Instagram too for the distributor host post sites like I was talking about, but I also send them this collab message, and I can literally read it out to you guys if you want to use it. It's about trying the Skinny Brew or the hair, skin, and nails. And so I can literally just read it out to you guys if you want it. So it's like a, hey, it says, hey, sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you'd be interested in collabing with me and reviewing our hair growth vitamin or Skinny Brew. You seem super down to earth and would totally love it. It's like really chill, really short, straight to the point. And so after somebody's been following me for a few days and I've been interacting on their posts, liking their stuff, I will send them that message. And after they've kind of watched my stories for a few days, and I get a lot of sales from that too. And I actually, what I've also been doing is scrolling way, way back in my messages. Like literally for me, mine goes back 2 years. So you just scroll back as far as you can go, or scroll all the way down your followers as far as you can go, and just start sending that message again to people that you've already had conversations with. I've had people who have ghosted me and I haven't talked to them in a year, and then I send them that message and they get signed up on the Skinny Brew or the hair, skin, and nails, especially because the Skinny Brew is a newer product. they might not have realized that we even came out with that. And then we also updated our hair, skin, and nails. So it's like completely new and so much better. And so those are just 2 products that I sell the most. And it's really easy for me to sell them on the spot. I just tell them what the product does, tell them the price, and then I send a results picture right behind the price, especially because if they're not coming to me, they might not have seen the results. They might not know what this product does. So send a results picture in there and that like seals the deal, especially with the pick 2 or pick 3 right now. That is just like golden because they can get both of those for $59. And then once I get their number, I ask them if they want to add on another bag of Skinny Brew for $75. And a lot of them say yes to that too. So
I was just
I
going
do
to ask
message
if you
your customers
upsell.
on Instagram, I guess, to answer your question. But I really don't message for distributors at all, I guess.
Get them from your influencer app.
Yes. Yes, I have, and I do have a message for it, but I figure out that they usually don't sign, or if they do, it's not something that they really wanted to do, and then they don't really work very hard because I came to them kind of a thing. So I would rather, I like to message for customers and host to posts, and that's personally what I do, and then get my distributors from either host to post or my post or the application. So
You do, all right, sorry about that, guys. I'm not trying to have myself pinned. Sorry, I muted everyone.
No, you're good.
Do you do a lot of upselling? So you said, I know this isn't about distributors, but you said that you do a lot of TFX host to post on Facebook. So are you then upselling them packages at that point? You just are using the TFX to kind of get them in the door?
Yep. So I do Thermofite X host to post a lot on Facebook. I also do hair, skin, and nails. One would be my second most one that I do. But Thermofite X number 1, hair, skin, and nails number 2. And when I get their number for the Thermofite X, I tell them that I'm putting in orders in right now and I can do it for them. So I kind of try to push that on them, but I say that, or I can send you a link. Either way, I upsell them, whether they want my discounted cart or they want me to put it in. Either way, I upsell them. And so I always upsell the Thermofite X with the cleanse and the fat fighters. Right now, fat fighters are sold out. So I've just been doing, getting them the pick 3 deal. So I've been doing carb control and cleanse. I love the fat fighters and cleanse upsell when we don't have the pick 3 because it's really good BV. But I just tell them, okay, I'm putting in your order now and a special offer popped up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. The cleanse is going to help you detox and lose an average of 3 to 8 pounds of sludge in 2 days. And the fat fighters is going to help block carbs and fats from your meal. This is actually our triple threat weight loss system that I got amazing results with, and all my customers love it. It's normally this, but you're going to get it as this with this one-time offer. Do you want to upgrade to that this month and see how it goes, or do you want to stick to the Thermofite X? And a lot of them say yes because you're just letting them know you can try it out for this month and let me know if you want to do it again next month or not. And I also will usually send a results picture in with that too, and that seals the deal with them on that too. So I do that either if I say I'm putting in your order now and this popped up, or I say I'm creating your discounted cart now and this offer popped up, and I let them know that too. So, and with the hair, skin, and nails, I always try to upsell the collagen. So I tell them this one-time order popped up, you can get the collagen for this instead of this, and this is going to help your results with the hair, skin, and nails.
Love that. See, guys, the upselling the cleanse. I upsell the cleanse with everything. I don't care what someone's ordering. I send that, and literally that's how it is. Do you want to add this on for the first month? Mm-hmm. And then it's the next month I'll just ask them if they want to keep it on. What are they going to do? Say no? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10 they keep it on. I only have probably 1 customer out of 10 that will maybe switch it the next month, but a lot of them keep it on. The cleanse is good BV, good price, and everybody needs it. So I like to think BV wise. I'm what is going to get me the most?
Oh, I know, same. I pretty much everything I sell is 2 bags of coffee, chocolate greens, and TFX, and then I upsell the cleanse onto it.
For sure.
120 BV, and I'm okay, done.
Yes, exactly. Love it.
All right, so let's jump into, so you're signing all these new DTs. How are you getting them started?
Okay, so how I launch my new distributors, first thing is just as normal, get them filling out their tax form, and then I welcome in the team page right away. I like to give them a lot of love in the team page. They love it when they first join and they see all these people welcoming them. So get them in the team page right now. Give them a nice welcome post and make a cute slide for them. They love that too. And then after that, I have them do their first post and message their dirt list, which is just like, if you were selling dirt and people would support you and buy it from you, message those 30 people. So I do have them do that, but then right after that, I teach them host a post right away. And what I have them do is I have them post a simple giveaway post that's usually like, my team is giving away this, drop your birthday month to enter. I like always have them do that one. For some reason, that one works really well. So I have them do that like right after they do their first post. And I also get them messaging for post to post at the same time. So the, hey, can I ask you a quick question message. And so I'm having them send me screenshots every single time. To me, it's really important to get them on host to post right away because not everybody is going to have friends and family that are going to buy for them. And I honestly sometimes switch it. Sometimes I have them do host to post before I even have them reach out to their family and friends. I have been doing that for the last few actually, just to kind of see how it's been going. And it's been going really well, just getting them in and doing host to post right away. And so just make sure that you teach them how to do that right away, step by step. I literally say, okay, you're going to message them this, that commented this, and the next message is this, and the next message is this. You just walk them through it and just keep, and just help them message people for host posts and get that post up on their feed. And then after they've learned how to do host a post, I go over with them what is like my Insta 101 training. So it's like how to make a post on Instagram. I get them into the post for customers page and have them look at examples. I tag them and stuff, make sure they look at examples. I describe what a business post, live post, and product post is. I tag them where to get story slides. I go over messaging with them. So I tell them that they can send this message for customers and then this message for host to post. Since by then they've already done host to post, they're like, oh yeah, I know what that message is. Then I teach them how to grow their market, how to follow people. And then I give them follow-up messages at that time. So that's just kind of like my small Insta training. But how I get my duplication is, let's say I enroll a distributor and I place them under somebody they're not a new distributor. They're a Ruby leader, they're an executive, they know what they're doing kind of a thing, and they're willing to step in a little bit. I put them into a chat with that person and it'll be like launching Sarah or launching whoever. So it'll be like a launching chat with me and whoever their sponsor is that I place them under. And so I usually do that after the tax form and after the welcome. So literally only after that, and then I get them in that chat. And then if that leader has never trained somebody, now they are seeing how I train somebody. So they're seeing me walk through the post, they're seeing me walk through the hosted post, they're seeing me walk through the messages, contacting their dirt list. They're watching me like teach them how to do the 6 list, the posting, the messaging, and the stuff. So, and then they're also able to jump in whenever and help. So how I introduce it, I'll be like, hey, Sarah, this is your other leader, Jessica. She is going to be here to help you just as much as I am. So feel free to text us in this chat with any questions that you have, and we are both going to be here to help you so that they know right off the bat that's like, okay, this is my girl that's going to help me too, and it's not just going to be Murphy. And that takes a little bit of pressure off of you too, especially when you're mass signing a lot of distributors and you have a lot of training to do. It's nice to have that other person on your team that can help you out and can jump in and can step up. And I just did this with a girl who this was just my first distributor ever that I'd placed under her, but she's gotten her shopping spree. So like she knows what she's doing. And I still put her in a launching chat just so she can learn how to train a distributor and how I would walk through that. And then by like the 3rd time they're in a launching chat with me, like they're mostly doing it on their own. And I'm just in there like stepping in when I need to. But that's how it's kind of teaching them what to do in those chats. I used to not put them into the chat until after I was done training them, but then that doesn't give that person a chance to learn how to train. And I was like, why are my people not learning duplication? It's because I was not giving that chance for them to watch me and how I lead. So since I started implementing that, I've noticed a lot of people on my team have stepped up. They've enrolled their own distributors and they've been training them on their own without me having to step in every single second. which you're going to want in your business. I promise you're going to want other leaders that will step in. So that has helped me a lot. I had touched with how I have a little separate leaders chat where I can send them things. So I will send them like, send this out to your distributors. This is the announcements they need to know. This is what's going on this week. Have them do this, host a post, have them do this follow up. So that's also teaching them like, this is what I'm doing with my distributor. So this is what you should be doing too. And then they can reach out to their teammates and do that when I send it into that chat. So that has helped really well. Our big team chat, I'd also kind of touched on this a little bit too, that I send daily tasks in there. I recently got these like daily task picture checklist that's for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I've been sending those in there and asking them about to shout out when they complete things on that checklist. So it can be like, get some host posts up, send out some messages, follow this many people, do a live post, talk on your story, so many different things. So I have them do that. I have them make goals a lot. I do this with my new distributors. I mean, my new distributors, they know their goal is to sign 6 customers. So pretty much that's their goal. But after that, I make sure that they have a new goal in mind. So make sure that they know that their goal is they're going to the 400 club, or they're promoting executive, they're promoting Ruby, that they know what their goal is. When these $100 bonuses came out for every 3 customers that we signed, the first thing I did was ask everybody, how many $100 bonuses do you want to sign? And keep them accountable to that and cheer them on and give them tips, give them a post to make, give them some messages to send out, give them follow-ups to use so that they can hit that goal, and make sure that you're checking in with them every single day and see how they're doing. And I also just like to get really nitty gritty and to the point with my distributors. If they're not enrolling, there's a reason why. There's absolutely a reason why if they're not enrolling. So it could be that they're not sending the messages. It could be that they're not posting. It could be that they're sending the wrong message, or they say that they're doing something when they're not. So I'm asking for screenshots always, and I'm asking for proof. If they told me they sent 100 messages and got no responses, I tell them to screenshot me their inbox and send it to me so that I can see what they're sending and how many people they sent it to, so we can figure out what the problem is. I also ask them, make sure how many people they're following. Just really ask them detailed about every single thing on the 6 list, so you can make sure that they're not including something and that they're getting the results that they want and they're hitting those goals that they set. I also do new distributor, just Zoom trainings at the beginning of the month for just all new distributors on my team. So I'll just get on a Zoom with all the newbies and go over the 6 list. I also have walked them through eSuite, so I tell them what the auto shipment is, how to set that up. I also show them like how you can count volume, where you can find customers and distributors, and then just basic go over the 6 list stuff. And then one-on-one coaching calls. I do that every single month at the beginning of the month too. I have a Calendly link, so I just send that out and people sign up for a time with me, and I open that up to my whole team. So I have 1 double diamond, almost 2 double diamonds. I have a girl like 500, 600 away from promoting double diamond. It's crazy. And then I have the 5 diamonds. So, and I even open it up to their teams. I say, if you want a one-on-one coaching call with me, like, I'm going to be open and here for you. Just sign up whenever you can. But I like give yourself like only a few days for that, because you don't want to be like, it's the 30th and you're doing a coaching call. So I make sure I'm really disciplined about that too. But I also encourage my other leader or her sponsor to hop on when I'm on that call, so they can see how I lead that call, the things that I ask them. I always ask them, what are you struggling with? But I open up with what's going really well in your business. So we start off on a good foot. We figure out what they're doing well, what they're confident in. Then I ask them what they're struggling with. And so that's when we get to the nitty gritty, like I was talking about, like, what messages are you sending? How many? What post are you doing? How many? Who are you following and how many? Kind of things. And then at the end, we will go over their chart. And that's how I do my one-on-one coaching calls. So it's not like a training, so to speak. It's not like going over the 6 list. It's really tailored to them and what they need in that moment. And a lot of my leaders on my team now, they do it on their own too, because they've seen me do it and they've been on a call with it. And so I have rubies that do this with their team too. So anybody can do it. If you have somebody on your team, you're a leader. So you can definitely do a coaching call with them and get them on and figure out what they need help with. But those are the things I think that have helped me most with duplication. Sorry, I feel like I went on a huge ramble, but.
No, this is like so I literally have so many notes. Like, I took so many notes. So I would say that most of I'm looking at who's on here that's on my team right now. Um, And I would say like the one thing that I think a lot of people on my team are struggling with right now, and just like for me knowing, because I'm like looking in eSuite and see what's going on, there isn't a lot of distributor enrollments happening right now. We don't have a lot of new blood coming in. So from just like your perspective of like, you came into conference, you know, charted maybe for double-ish, but not
Yeah.
with a working chart, and then built to, I mean, you have a huge triple team if you have 5 diamonds under you. Like that's
Here's
way
my
more than,
presidential charm, and it's
there's
full.
your presidential
I
chart.
was just
Okay.
here.
So
I need to
so
like get it finished filling
what
out, but
what's
yeah, it's
your
insane.
what's your advice for just like, because I think it's a lot of it is like confidence and having those DT conversations, and maybe focusing more on customers because there's nervous about having those distributor conversations.
For
What's
sure.
like your like what's like a tip that you have on that, just like on getting out of that, being stuck in that mentality and just like moving forward and bringing in new DTs?
Honestly, the biggest thing for me was to start sharing my life, because I feel like when I joined this business, I was not good about sharing my life and sharing things about me and getting people to relate to me. I had barely posted at all. And then when I joined the business, I was literally like word vomiting business stuff. So all I was doing was posting about the products all day, every day, nothing else. They had no clue who I was or anything about me. And I feel like once you open up and you like get that confidence in yourself and you start sharing things about you that make you you and sharing things that you love, that's when you're going to be able to make those connections with people and really have that good one-on-one conversation. I start out every single one of my distributor conversations telling them a little snippet about me and what this business has done for me. And then I end it with, what kind of income would help you right now and why are you looking for a business like this? And that's how I figure out what their why is and what kind of income that they're looking for. And I relate to them off of that. So if they're like, I want to pay for my wedding, I'm like, oh, I totally understand. Like, I wanted to do that too. Or if they want to pay for gas, I'm like, I totally understand. We're going to make that happen. Like, we got this kind of a thing. And so that's how you're really creating that like one-on-one connection with them. I interacted a lot with people's stories and was commenting on a lot of people's posts. And that's also how I just built connections with them. I literally, like, I will go down to people's posts and I'll be like, cute shirt, I like your pants, like, where'd you get that swimsuit, like, where'd you get your sunglasses, and just stuff like that. Creating conversation with people. I do a lot of interaction posts on Facebook that are just like randomness, like, would you rather this or this, and just learn about people, because people love to give their opinions, they love to share that. So if you can ask people for their opinions and you can relate to them on like little stuff, then it just makes it that much more easier to open up the conversation about being a distributor and joining the business. So I really think once I started sharing all of my life and especially sharing my struggles, I did not share my struggles when I first joined this business. I think it took me like 2, maybe 3 months before I shared my first like vulnerable life post about why I joined this business and the struggles that I was going through. But share that stuff. I know it's so scary, and the reason why it's scary is because it's getting you out of your comfort zone, but that's how you grow, is when you get out of your comfort zone. Same with the first time you ever talk on your story, and now I talk on my story every single day and I share my life. And so I know it's scary at first, but I promise you, you're going to grow and learn so much from it. Another thing that's also helped me a lot is there's a difference between doing self-development and leadership development, and both of them are really, really important. And especially in this business, as we are all leaders and we all hope to like grow a team and lead other people, it's really important that we're doing leadership development every single day along with our personal development. Really good leadership development is just like any kind of leadership books. Right now I'm reading the Success Commandments, Master the 10 Principles to Achieve Your Destiny. So this is like a leadership book. There's like the Leader Shift. There's like layered leadership books. There's like so many, but even just reading like 10 pages out of this a day has helped me so much in growing as a leader and just connecting with others. So I hope that answered your question. But
Yeah, no, that's amazing. This was like so good. You never know what to expect when you're like having someone on a Zoom that like you've never really heard talk before. You know, it's like
Yeah,
sometimes
I honestly, and I didn't know. I was like, well, I've been really busy. I don't know if I prepared well enough,
no,
but
super
I took some
prepared.
notes.
Like this
So.
went very smooth. You answered all my questions in such good detail, and I took so many good notes. And I know that my leaders are all like took a million notes too. So I'm super super excited. Thank you so much for getting on with us tonight, and I will be cheering you on to Prez.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah,
one,
thanks
Prez
so much
next
for having
month.
me. It was so nice talking to you guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll put this up
Bye.
on my YouTube.